Things that you were saying off camera about it, that he's like, yeah, he's wrong.
His role is so magnificent that it often saddens me that, you know, that they're so willing to take their little infant to be killed, to take it to the abortion clinic and wait outside or go for a walk while their child is being slowly killed. And yet, from all time, he's been designed to build the infant's house both in the womb and externally when the infant is born. Imagine to build the house for the child and to build its protection and to look after it. From all time he's been designed in that way. And yet I look at these politicians who say, you know, it's the woman's choice. Well, yes, it is the woman's choice, but it's also a man's choice. It's his son, his daughter, that he's got a say in this. He had a say in the creation of this infant. Surely he's got a say in its life. And if it's got a say, why does he say, it's your body, you do with it what you want, you know, I'll support you with whatever you do? You have, Morella, you have no idea how many girls have said, if only he would have said, keep the baby. Do you know, there's also further studies that...
That's so sad.
Yes, it is. There's studies which show from a guy in Canada called Professor Philip Nye, N-E-Y's the surname, you can read up on him. He has found that where the woman has support, most especially from the partner, husband, boyfriend, whatever, that the abortion won't happen. This is also something I suppose written within all of us, that the husband and the wife, the partners, support one another through this change, and it protects the life of the baby. Today, to hear a man say, you know, it's, you do with it what you will, is appalling for me. To hear these male politicians agree to an abortion, to the killing of 24 workers. Imagine this. Imagine in a hospital, in a large hospital, you can have one floor of infants being battled for by the medical staff because their parents want the baby. And another floor, the same age, they're being killed and dismembered.
How awful.
Because the parents don't want them. This is what we are setting up the conditions for with this bill.
And why do you think life has got this way, that people are really behaving this way? Because to me it seems like a lack of love. If everybody was really loving and nurturing of each other, no one would want to harm each other, themselves, or whatever's happening within them.
Morella, I think a lot of things have happened to change our society. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on your program, but my own opinion, we can always cut it out, edit it, but my own opinion is that we've got to this stage. The beginning of this stage was the pill. I have a strong belief that what the pill did was gave permission to the younger people to become sexually active now and begin their sexual lives much, much earlier. I think in olden times there was a holding back of engaging in sexuality because always there was the fear of pregnancy. But since the pill has come in and other forms of contraception, we've got young people as young as 13 engaging in sexual activity. 13-year-olds have abortions. This is a 13-year-old as a child. What is a 13-year-old doing actively, being sexually active? What are 12-year-olds doing being sexually active? Is it that we've lost love for one another? I think that the moral issue has a lot to do with it. I have spoken to many a mother who says to me that when their daughter begins to menstruate, they put her on the pill immediately. Well, whoa, hang on here. What are you saying to this daughter, this 12, 13, 14-year-old, when you put her on the pill? You're saying I know you can't control yourself. The only problem being is don't get pregnant. So take the pill. But I also want to say something to you. How many 12, 13 and 14-year-olds do you know who are responsible?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't laugh, but I had one young lady sitting in my office who, after her 4th abortion, has said to me, oh, I'm on the pill, but sometimes I forget to take them, but I take 3 or 4 or 5 all at once then. So does that sound responsible? Even if you were going to take the pill, is that responsible? So why would we be surprised at this young girl getting pregnant? And when she's pregnant, she's already saying, because she's on the pill, she's already saying, no, I don't want a baby. I'm taking the pill so as I don't get pregnant. So my opinion is that this opened the doorway. Okay, that was the entry point. Okay, and other things, of course, have happened. We are today sexualizing our young people far too soon. Look at the toys, look at the games, look at television at 7 o'clock at night. We are sexualizing them.
Well, we'll have to go to a break now, but when we return, we'll talk about your line of work and how you help post-abortion grief counselling, and also what we can do to stop this legislation going through.
Okay, absolutely.
You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Anne Lastman, who is the founder of Victims of Abortion Australia and also is a post-abortion grief counsellor. Welcome back to the program, Anne.
Thank you, Mirella.
Can you tell us a little bit about both of those lines of work that you're involved in?
I'm about 13 years ago, I experienced a wonderful healing from my own abortions. It's too long to go into at the moment, but I received a full healing at the hands, through the ministry of a Catholic priest in Western Australia. And then at the end of it all, he said to me, Anne, now you go and do for others what the Lord has done for you. And if you asked my husband if he was sitting there, he'd say, that's the only time she's been obedient. And I am. I set out to, faultingly, if you will, to help others who'd had abortions. I was suffering a lot of trauma, but I didn't realise it was connected. You know, I had for years dreams and nightmares, which are common, of dismembered babies, but I never connected any dots. I suffered depression, but I didn't realise it was connected. There were many, when I look back today in the studies that I've done, and studies into post-abortion syndrome, I see that I had the classic symptoms, but no one knew much about it, and I certainly didn't connect abortion and my behaviour, my